set up a listing
Okay.
this time around, and then I'll need to know how to respond to an offer when that comes in.
Okay.
Whenever that comes in.
All right. So is one of these
Second one down, yeah.
second one down?
Meager. Uh-huh.
Okay.
So I pulled over most of the.
Okay, so you've got all the documents in here you may possibly need.
Mhm.
Not necessarily you need from the start. So the first thing to do is to fill out the cover sheet.
Mhm.
So if you're going to push documents from zip forms to DocuSign, the information for the seller needs to be in there, which you already have it in there. At a minimum, you need their name and their correct email address. Is James going to sign anything?
I'm not sure yet. I don't have his information, but I would assume so. That's her dad.
Okay. So if he's going to sign, you'll need to put his email address in here,
Okay.
because otherwise it won't know where to pull it to. For now, we'll just pretend he's not going to. Then you need to put your stuff in here, so you need at a minimum the broker name, your name, and email address. Okay, so you have all that in there.
Mhm.
So go to the residential listing agreement. Did you fill it out?
I don't think I may have done. Let's see, partial.
Okay. So you would go ahead and fill it all out.
Uh-huh.
So we'll just you want to just pretend that we filled it out, or you want to?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say pretend that we filled this all out. The other forms you might need to send at the same time would be probably about it, right?
Agency. I did agency.
You can do the disclosures at a different time. So just for simplicity, we'll just do. We'll just have them sign just this.
Okay.
Okay. So to have them sign it, once you have the forms filled out, you click on e-sign. And you're either going to say sign this form or sign multiple forms. So
Sign multiple, I would think it is.
most of the time it's going to be multiple. So we're going to have them sign the listing agreement and then anything else you want them to sign. So let's add that, the carbon monoxide. So that's just a signature. We'll have them sign the affiliated business. Why not? Okay. So over here it shows the 3 forms they're going to sign. If by chance you want them in a different order, you can just click on them, hold it down, and move them around.
Well, that's good. And we're recording this part, hopefully.
We're recording all of this.
Good.
It'll be a video you can play back,
Okay.
and I'll just put it out on my cloud, and you can I'll send you a link that you can always get to it from.
Okay.
Okay, and then you click on next. So you have all the documents you're going to sign, and we click on next. It's going to ask who we want to have sign it. Okay, so you're going to sign it, and Kathleen's going to sign it. Since we don't have James's email address, I'm not going to click on him, but normally you would. Okay. Well, actually, I'll go ahead and click on it just because we're not going to actually send it. So we click on done. So these are the 3 people that's going to sign it. It's going to send it in the order that you have here, in this 1, 2, and 3. That doesn't work very well, so what I always click on it is next is options. And it's now going to go from zip forms. Oops. DocuSign credentials. Do you know your DocuSign credentials? Can you look them up?
That means my email and all that sort of thing. my username, which is bwilson@coldwellbanker.com.
Okay.
And then winter 2016.
Okay, so provided that's the right word, we only have to save that in here once.
Do they make you change your password every so often, or only if,
Only whenever you want to change it. So let's go back in here, we'll go back through it. So let's go back up to, so we're starting all over basically under here. So we'll go back to the listing agreement. I'm gonna click on e-sign, click on multiple forms. We have the residential listing agreement. Let's add the same stuff to it again. Let's add the carbon monoxide and the affiliated. And again, if you want to, you can change the order just by clicking, holding it down, and moving it. You click on next. Come over here and we're going to click on who we want to sign it. So we're going to pick you. We're going to pick seller 1 and seller 2. Click on done. And then you'll see it's going to send it to you first. Once you sign, I'll send it to her. Then it's going to send it to him. It's better if they all go at the same time.
mm-hmm.
So to change that, we're always going to click over on options. So now if we got the credentials right, it'll push over to DocuSign. Yep. So you don't ever have to change your password in there again,
Okay.
unless you change your password in DocuSign for some reason.
Okay.
So here's the documents that you're going to sign.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to sign the residential, the affiliated, the carbon monoxide.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to add a document at this time, like let's say you had something that wasn't in zip forms, but it's on your computer or something, you can just click on add document and add another document in there.
Okay.
This box, I always uncheck this. This is where, this is called set the signing order. So it currently has you getting first, the Kathleen second, and then James third. If you uncheck it, they all get it at the same time.
Okay.
So as a best practices, I always uncheck that. Because otherwise you'll send something out and you'll be like, why is nobody signing it? And it's just stuck in someone's email box and other people haven't even got it yet. So all you have to do here is just, you don't have to add any more. If there's no other documents to add, all you have to do is click that
Mm-hmm.
and then click on next. Oh. So it's telling you that you have to have an email address. We'll stick it in there for now. And then when you send it to him, make sure to check that it's not that it's his right email address in there. So if it's on the cover sheet, it'll pull across correctly.
Okay.
Go next. So now the documents come over, and since it pushed it from zip forms over to DocuSign,
Mm-hmm.
it'll apply all the tags to it. There are some forms that it will not know how to apply the tags to.
But
The
it'll
R-
bring a box of explanations saying you have to do this or that.
No, if you just, some of the documents like the RCSD, the signature thingy, it doesn't know which buyer or seller is using the RCSD.
What does RCSD stand for?
Representative capacity signature
Okay.
addendum document. I don't know, something like that. It's the one if it's a trust that you use that to tell it.
Probably a trust on this one.
Okay.
I'm not absolutely sure.
So you always want to kind of glance through here and make sure all the documents have their tags on it. You can tell whose tag it is by the one that's yellow. So since that's yellow, that's your tag. So you're going to sign there. You're going to date right there. You can click here to show you that person's tags, or you can click on any one of the tags. So that's James. So if you're like, is that my signature? Yes, that's your signature. Is that my client's signature? Yes, it is. These are all the tags you can use.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're pushing it over from zip forms, most of the time you're not going to have to do anything other than change the signing order and then hit send. So here's the listing agreement. We can see that the tags are properly placed. All of those are properly placed. All those are properly placed. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, the signatures are there, so that one's yours. That one's James. That one's Kathleen's.
Because I have to make sure that everything is,
That one looks
because
good.
you see the email Capital Market, I want to make sure they charge for that, so I have to put all the fees back.
You know who her dad
216
is?
and 107.
Mm.
So I
He
can call you,
owns
because I'm going to the 1003
the
right now, and
land
then,
under the
and then
Auberge
I read all the
Hotel
email first, but the
in
client answers me,
Stratford
and then if I have a
Square.
question, I'll
Oh,
call you
wow.
back.
Dude.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Wow.
That's one of
Yeah, you
That's
just
the.
some
leave the
coin.
value-
Yeah.
Okay, you just leave the value
So,
off, right?
There's the affiliated. It has the signatures on in the right spot.
So let me go.
If you want to add something like text, like here, you're like, oh, I forgot to put the date on here.
Uh-huh.
Instead of using a date signed, you could actually just put text in here.
That way I could go from there to the file.
Right.
Yeah, because I've been.
And then
Yeah,
click in
because
it
I've
and
been-
type in the
I've
text, so
been,
2/2/2016. So you can use the text box to put text anywhere on a document that you want.
Okay.
It will,
Okay, bye.
it will make the person stop at that and ask them to fill it out. Unless you over here on the right, if you click read only, when they go through the signing process, they will not be able to alter that at all.
Okay.
So as a best practice, I would always recommend if you use a text field or a checkbox field that you always mark read only. That way the client can't change it and it won't be confusing to them when they do the signing.
Okay. And so both of those should be checked, required field and read only?
Yeah.
Okay.
So put the date on there. All the signatures are there. So it looks good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all we would do now is hit send. And it would send it off. And everybody's going to get, since we changed the signing order, everybody to 1, everybody's going to get it immediately. As soon as I hit send, it would pop up and ask if you want to sign now. Just click yes and then click through your signatures.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Well, that's a good first step.